Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video to this month's Mythic hero that has just been revealed. And it is none other than one of the 8 legends, Saint Elimine. So she's finally in the game. This is really cool. I love it when lore figures finally get into Fire Emblem Heroes. And yeah, the Scouring Saint, she's finally in the game. Though I was really expecting it to be Medius. Medius is a character that a lot of people have been wanting, including myself. And she's an Aster Mythic, so that is kind of surprising because we just had Thor, who was, a relatively recent Aster Mythic, and the last time we had a Dark Mythic was Notes near the middle of last year, so I feel like it's overdue. We haven't had a Dark Mythic in a while, so I was really expecting it to be Medius because he's the Shadow Dragon, Dark Mythic, Dark and Shadow, it literally would have fit because he's literally the Shadow Dragon. So I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't Medius. Not complaining it's Elimine though, because it's really cool to see another 8 legend in the game. She's the second of the 8 legends after Bramamon to get into FEH, so that's really dope. But yeah, again, I was kind of expecting it to be Medius, but we have another Aster Mythic here, and she is a healing unit, flying healer. So I think she's the first of her kind in terms of Mythic heroes. I don't think there's been a Mythic hero that's been a healer, so that is really cool. And yeah, so she finally has art outside of Mario Kart Double Dash. If you guys didn't know, it's kind of like a little Easter egg thing. I think in the bonus disc there's an art piece of her, so she finally has artwork outside of that Double Dash disc, so that is really cool. But let's go over her kit. So Staff of the Saint. So this weapon is pretty interesting. Gives her Dazzling Staff effect, and at the start of the turn grants defense res +6 to allies within 2 spaces of her for 1 turn, and inflicts false start on foes in cardinal directions of her that have less res than hers. So basically, false start has a lot of potential because false start stops any kind of effect or any kind of skill that activates at the start of turn. So there's a lot of those effects in the game. Even Tempest, Odd Tempest, Legendary Sigurd, Yuri, Brave Alm. I think it even stops Time's Pulse. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it also stops Time's Pulse. It also stops Bride Catria because her weapon has a start of turn effect. So any kind of start of turn effect can be stopped by this staff. So that is really, really, really good. I think, at least I think so. Unfortunately, though, it does have restrictions. It doesn't work in summoner duels, of course, because I guess they wanted to make people stay powerful in that mode, so it doesn't work in summoner duels, unfortunately, but it has an exception of those effects that restore HP or deal damage, so I guess that's something. And it also does not stop transformation effects, so Fallen Edelgard will be able to roam free still, and any kind of beast, but I guess they didn't want to make it too powerful. And also does not stop dual skills or harmonized skills, and also does not stop stuff that neutralizes stuff like odd and even recovery. So it does have its restrictions, but it's very, very potent, I think, in my opinion, because you can stop tons of artists at the start of turn effects, and there's a lot of those in the game. I already mentioned some of the most annoying ones: Legendary Sigurd, Yuri, Brave Alm, Bride Catria. She can stop Bride Catria balls, which is huge for Aether Raids, and she's obviously an Aether Raids unit. So for the mode she's made for, she's definitely very potent and definitely useful outside of summoner duels. So yeah, this weapon's very, very cool. It doesn't give her any offensive power, sadly. It's a pure support weapon, but that's what she is. She is the staff. She is the saint with the staff, and yeah, so I definitely think this weapon is very, very potent, like I said, and we'll have to see how she fares in the meta. But I definitely think she's one of the better Aster Mythics. I think better than Thor as a support unit because she can heal and she can also give this false start effect, and she also comes with Holy Ground, which is basically a better version of Flame's weapon, giving 30% damage reduction within 2 spaces and also giving defense res +4. So I guess kind of rip to Flame because Flame is also a flying healer. So yeah, so Saint Elimine, definitely nothing to sneeze at. She comes with Nudge Plus, which is alright, attack res +4, and attack speed far trace. I kind of wish she did come with a PRF special or a PRF healing special, or PRF heal, because you'd think for a character of her status she would have a PRF or preferred heal or special, but she doesn't. I guess they thought that Staff of the Saint was enough and the Holy Ground, but I do wish she kind of had more. They could definitely give her more, but she's definitely a solid unit. Like I said, I think she's definitely one of the better Aster Mythics. We'll have to see how she fares, like I said, but Holy Ground and the staff with false start is definitely very, 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 very potent. At least on paper. So yeah, there is her staff animation. That is definitely one of the most powerful staff animations in the game. You can see her using it here. And you can also see her stats. She has decent attack, I think, and also high speed. 40 base speed is nothing to sneeze at. High res, of course, and low defense. So pretty much a stat line you'd expect. So yeah, that is Saint Elimine. That's my thoughts on her. Like I said, I definitely think she's going to be influential, but I kind of wish she had more going for her. And uniqueness, but she's definitely unique because false start is very, very potent. So let's look at the rest of the units on the banner. We have Legendary Julia, we have Peony, we have Salif, Legendary Salif, we have Legendary Claude, who's insane, we have Ashira, who's pretty solid. Who else we got? Constance, who's pretty solid. We have Happy, so little Ash and Wolves action. We have Oter, who's pretty solid, I guess. Fiorm, Ascended Fiorm is one of the best units in the game. Volk and Atri. So this banner overall, I think, is okay. It's I mean, not okay. It's better than okay. It's pretty stacked, but it's not like the most stacked banner ever. I mean, obviously, if you're looking for merges, this is the way to go, because especially for your colorless units, because I think colorless has the best units. It has Saint Elimine, it has Legendary Claude, who's insane, and it has Ashira, who all three are good units. I honestly might Spark for Ashira because I use Brave Marth, and Brave Marth's main weakness is Panic, so having no Panic would be nice. But yeah, colorless is definitely, I think, the most stacked color. Then you have the next stack color is probably green, because you have Atri, who is a really fun unit to use and really annoying to deal with if you don't have the right counters to her. Oter's alright. He also has Attack Defense Menace, which is one of the rare menaces, so if you want to go for him, you can definitely do that. And Ascended Fiorm, who's one of the best tanks in the game. Let's look at red. So red has Legendary Seliph, who's probably, I'd say, probably the worst unit out of this entire banner, sadly. He's not the greatest Sword Cavalier. He's alright, but nothing to write home about, in my opinion. Volk, who's one of the better dagger units. He comes with lethality, so if you want to go for that, for fodder for your favorite dagger unit, you can definitely go for that, although he's probably the best lethality user in the game. He's kind of made for it, although, you know, there's a couple other dagger units that can use it. But yeah, lethality is really, really good special. Then you have Constance, who's a solid red mage flyer, and then you also have Happy, who's another powerful mage in the blue color, and then Legendary Julia and Peony. So Legendary Julia is definitely a unit who's pretty good, but she's kind of in need for a refine or an update. Definitely, but she's still pretty solid. And then Peony, who is not going to give a lot of value to people who don't play Aether Raids, but even outside of Aether Raids, she's a good dancer, one of the better dancers to this day. So yeah, I'd rank the colors: colorless best, green is next, second best, and then I guess red, and then blue. Maybe you can switch those around. But yeah, that's my ranking on the colors, and that's pretty much the banner, guys. So, and yeah, if you didn't believe me about the Saint Elimine's art in Mario Kart Double Dash, you can actually see it right here on the Fire Emblem Wiki. If you just go to Saint Elimine's page, you can see her artwork from Mario Kart Double Dash in the bonus disc, which is pretty hilarious. So now she has art outside of that. She's freed from Mario Kart, so that's really cool. And honestly, that's one of the cooler parts of FEH, right? Is when lore characters that don't have a lot of artwork finally get into the game. You know, new life is breathed into them. Like Altina, for example. Altina only had a few art pieces, and she's one of the more popular mythics. So that is really cool, and I love it when lore characters get into the game. So hopefully we won't have to wait for Medius much longer. So I'm waiting for his arrival. It's going to be glorious. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below if you comment, and leave a like if you enjoyed. I appreciate all the support, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to me ramble. As always, please stay safe out there, and peace out.